feels like having a really nice posh meal in the restaurant after so long, but in the comfort of your own home. Going to have this steak from Carlo Enrico's kitchen. As soon as you receive it, it will come with its own rub and its own garlic oil with rosemary. Once it was thawed, I put on the rub and then I also smothered it with the oil, like the entire thing. I had it submerged in its flavored oil. I cooked it for 120 degrees on each side for 2 minutes first, and then on the 5th minute, I cooked it only for 1 minute, and then I turned off the heat. I had it rest for a bit, and then I flipped it again and cooked it for another minute, just one last minute for 120 degrees Celsius. I never wanted the oil to go to waste, so I just put it in the plate as well. The meat was super soft. I was even scared that while I was cooking it, that it might tear apart. There's just portions of it that would really be too soft. It can't hold itself together. You just have to be very careful if you want to have this full slab intact. You have to be really careful. Once it's thawed, you can already tell how tender it is. This is not like a sharp knife. I'm using a bread knife for this. I needed a minute. That first bite here, I was like, I haven't had steak for a long time. I feel like the price in itself doesn't make you feel so guilty. The seasoning was perfect. I never had to think it over. Maybe I left it on for about an hour because I was filming. The taste is just super ingrained in the meat. I feel like I've done something so well in this steak. I didn't even put on any effort, but it just tastes so good. Because one of my worries at first was, what if it was too salty? What if I put on a lot? Do I put in everything? But it was just perfect. It's too soft. I want to rethink my life all over. This is so good. It's not expensive. You can have one slab to yourself or share it with someone because it tastes so good. You can even have it with rice. You can have it with what I'm doing right now, buckwheat noodles with wasabi, and then kimchi. By the way, they also make their own kimchi and it is the best kimchi I've ever tasted. Their full serving of their kimchi took me 2 days to finish. Well seasoned, and it's not all leafy greens. Their kimchi has some cucumber and some other things that you can bite. Not everything is like this. I wish I waited until I cooked the steak and then I had the kimchi, but the kimchi was so good, I just had to have it. See, I can even pull it apart using fork and my chopsticks. I make sure that what I'm having is well done. Doing my cooking instruction, I'm pretty sure it's well done. I don't see any blood coming out. It's perfect. Like, probably if you're eating this with rice, you can have it to share. Like, one slab is good for 2 people. But if you're like me, who has a big appetite and will probably eat this on its own and just a little of side dishes, this is just perfect. Enough to fill your craving and enough to fill your belly. This would really taste good with mashed potatoes or rice. Next time I'll cook rice. Feels like you're a princess in quarantine. When you order this, you would really feel good and not feel guilty at all. It tastes so good. It's easy to cook. You already have the ingredients. All you need to do is thaw. You cook it in 6 minutes or even less. And you have a really nice meal. Just follow Carlo Enrico's Kitchen at Facebook and Instagram. They are available for all the delivery apps that you know. They are famous for their Rolled Lechon Kawali that looks like cinnamon rolls, but they're actually deep-fried pork. You can order either pre-boiled, so if you want to have a feel of your own deep frying, you can do that at home without the scare. The oil wouldn't burst if you cook it at home, but if you already want it cooked, you can have it ready to eat and you can just reheat it using an air fryer or a turbo. Their Rolled Lechon Kawali comes with Kare Kare sauce and Dinuguan sauce. So, you know, I mean, that's just... How can you go wrong with that? How can you go wrong with Lechon Kawali dipped in Kare Kare? If you're not a fan of the pork blood stew, that's fine because Kare Kare is Kare Kare. Dunking Lechon Kawali in Kare Kare is like heaven on earth. That's their signature dish. And this one, must have. Also their kimchi, must have. So they also recently added to the menu some local truffle pasta. It's local truffle, and I never knew that we had truffle here in the Philippines. Feel like a princess on quarantine with Carlo Enrico's kitchen. Order their steak and some other dishes they've had. I'm pretty sure you love it because they've had great reviews so far. This is like one of the best things that ever happened in my 2020. Thanks a lot for watching, and please follow Carlo Enrico's Kitchen on Instagram and Facebook.